sorry. Done there, wasn't paying attention.
I know.
Not that one. I don't know, I'm guessing it's that one. I think. Cathedral. That one. It is that one. Gracias. It's got a pretty building next to me. 2 long squares. We've left Pamplona and we are in the countryside. Well, we're actually just coming into the countryside. How are we doing?
Okay.
There you go. Okay. That's probably about the best you're going to get. So, has it really? It's actually a really lovely day. So I think it's going to be sunny.
It's beautiful.
Say that again, woman.
It's beautiful.
There's these snakes all over the place before he falls over. On the video, it all looks a bit further away than it does in real life. Do you like the crunchy, crunchy, crunchy? Pretty. Anyway, some thoughts. If you want to develop yourself psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, or whatever, as a human being, this is really kind of rubbish ground. There's a need to engage in a reflective process, let's call it that. There's a suggestion, let's say, that you do it at least twice a day, that you pause for a short while, it doesn't have to be hours, and reflect on how you've been, what's gone on for you. Say for example you do it in the middle of the day, noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then at the end of the day, and you reflect on how you've been, what's gone on for you, what you could change, how you could develop things, how you could make things better, and not circle around on things that you've done negatively. Let's say, what's this? You don't want to train yourself into negative thinking, i.e. if you've done something negative and then you think about it and you punish yourself with a negative emotion, and then you think about it again and then punish yourself with negative emotion, you're really training yourself to do that, because training is a matter of just repetition, and repeating things in your own mind is the same as repeating them in the real world. You know, your mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality, so bear that in mind. If you want to change something, let's say you've done something negative, you've shouted at someone, it's not great. You could then think of the situation and say, okay, in this situation, what can I do differently? So you think of the situation, you imagine the situation, and you imagine yourself doing it differently. Okay, now, and obviously you feel good about that. Now that's one repetition. Do that a good few times. You're now training yourself to do a different thing, rather than to do the same thing. By imagining it differently, you will do it differently. It's just training. Anyway, so that was the thought with regard to reflection. Now, the other part of that is you have to let go. You have to be willing to let go of who you think you are. Okay? People get attached to concepts and ideas of who they are. Well, if you hold on to these things, you will not change. And if you want to grow, develop and move on, with who you are, you're going to have to let yourself change. Therefore, you have to be willing just to let go of things. An example of this is when people come to us and they have, say, an aggression issue, and we go through this process and they start to change, and you can see that they're worried about something, and you ask them what it is, and they say, well, you know, my aggression gives me my edge in my business or in my work or in life generally, I don't know. And they think that, you know, this thing that they're using is something they don't want to let go of. But the reality of it is something like that, for example, aggression, is more often than not, and when used regularly, sort of, you know, a sledgehammer, and an indiscriminate sledgehammer, which not only hits the object it's intended to hit, you also find yourself smacking yourself with your hammer. So you're not only aggressive towards other people to get ahead, but you're also aggressive towards yourself. You become very self-punishing. So again, there's a need to let go. There's a need to be willing to find different routes to achieving what you want to achieve. More peaceful, more generous, more giving routes, more healthy routes. Okay? So that's the beginning thought. We'll get on to this. Oh look, sunflowers. We wonder where the sunflowers are. I can't, I'm going to show you sunflowers. I love sunflowers. See over there, sunflowers. When we first came through here the first time, 2012, I can't remember. Anyway, it was all sunflowers. They obviously rotate the crops. So yeah, sunflowers, cyclists, they're all crazy. Isn't it beautiful? And more sunflowers over there. Oh, beautiful sunflowers, sunflowers, sunflowers. We love sunflowers. My favourite.
Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I think this place is beautiful. Spain is beautiful.
Mountains all around.
Probably doesn't show up very well on camera, but that path ahead of us is really steep, and you can see a cyclist whizzing down it, in fact. Or maybe he's stopped for the Pellegrino. I don't know if you can see that. Towards the top, there's a cyclist coming down, which is lunacy. But anyway, we're going up there to, what is it called? Mount Perdition?
Yeah, mountains of Perdon.
Yeah. So anyway, trek on. Buen camino. Suzanne finds hill climbing a little bit difficult. And it is really steep. This bit isn't the steep bit. Just look at the view, come on. That cyclist and I started at the bottom at the same time. It must be difficult pushing a bicycle up that hill. Pamplona. That's Sancho Pancho. Hello, Suzanne. last windmill, well, wind turbine. Now we're down here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tower, a church over there, just in the distance. It's about 2k away. By the way, that is 2k, it's measured. That's where we're going. That's our town for the night. Ponta Lerera.